Hey, it's Dougie from Valto, and I've been a Microsoft Solution Architect for the past 15 years. In fact, I've also received the prestigious award of MVP directly from Microsoft. Now, I've been using tech for a long time, and in the past year, I've been playing a lot with Microsoft Copilot. And I want to talk to you today about how you can use Copilot to automate and enhance your feedback forms and other surveys that you might be creating using Microsoft Forms. So let's dive in and take a look. So not a lot of people are aware of this, but you can actually use Microsoft Copilot inside of Microsoft Forms. So for collecting feedback, it's really simple to do. Now, I can use a prompt, something like, I want you to create a project feedback form for my company, Valto. We offer Microsoft services related to SharePoint, Teams, Power Apps, Power BI, Copilot Azure, and more. And this is going to be used to be sent out externally to our customers at the end of projects. So we can use Copilot within Microsoft Forms. We can tell it what type of form that we want. So in this case, it's a feedback form. We can specify the purpose of the form and tell it what fields you do and you don't want to be added into the form. So we could specify what fields we wanted, what fields we don't. So there you can go. It's had a really good crack at what this feedback form will then look like. We can use Copilot to also further refine this, so add or remove fields if we wanted to. So you can see here, I'm saying I want you to create a project feedback form for my company. We offer blah, blah, blah. And then I'm saying here, I want you to have questions related to what our customers enjoyed about working with Valto and what could be improved. So maybe that those questions haven't been answered as part of this form, and I'm just saying here I want to know the reasons why they chose Valto, and if they would refer us to another company potentially. Um, so basically, I'm refining this form just by talking to it using Copilot, and there we go. We've got a much better idea now of what this feedback form is going to look like, and we're leveraging Microsoft Form features, such as we can use a previewing form on a desktop view, or we could even preview this on a mobile phone if we wanted to. We can also manually add in our own questions. We don't have to just use Copilot. We can add in our own questions anytime. Or rather than redesigning the whole form every single time, you can also use Copilot just to add in specific questions. So you can see here as an example, I want you to add in a rating of 1 to 10. Also, a free type box to get a quote from them that we can use on our website. So it's now going to have a little think about that. It's crafting those particular questions, and then it's going to actually show me the examples of the questions before I can add it into my form. I can then choose to add it into the form really simple and really easily. So it's just a case then of if we wanted to collect responses, we can actually go in and generate things like QR codes to put onto a poster or a shareable link. We can change the color schemes. We can add in our own logos if we wanted to. And as I said, we can also preview it to see what it's going to look like on a desktop, but also what it would look like on a mobile phone as well. So this is all just native Microsoft Forms features, but it's just showing you how you can extend this further using Copilot. Now you can see I can come to share this, so I can generate maybe a barcode, like a QR code, or if I wanted to embed this into my own personal sort of or company website, I can generate a embed using this option as well. I just need to copy and paste this. So there's multiple ways that you could share this form out. It can be used both internally or it could be used externally if you wanted to. But basically, it's a fantastic way that we can use Copilot to generate these kind of feedback forms. We can also boost responses with Copilot. So once we've had a few submissions, we can check on responses by clicking on the collect responses option. If we want to chase up some responses, we can use the boost responses with the Copilot button, which basically will write a little message and help boost getting responses. One of the things we often find, especially with internal surveys, is sometimes trying to get employees to actually fill them out. So sending little nudges, little reminders is a fantastic way of increasing that chance that people are going to fill out these surveys. So you can generate these little boost responses with Copilot. You can actually see there's multiple different suggestions for boost messages that you could send, which are tailored to that particular form, and then we can send out that boost message. So you can see here we've specified who we want to send it to, along with the chaser message. The messages can be refined, regenerated, or you can even cycle through different variations of them to find the right kind of tone of voice and the right messaging that you want. But as you say, it's really simple, really easy to actually get these messages sent out. But the main benefit is that you're going to increase the amount of people that are actually responding to your form. Just to mention, Valto do offer a free Copilot assessment, which is fully funded by Microsoft, where we inspect your environment's security, licensing, and optimization to give you a score to tell you how ready you are to deploy Copilot. We can then give you a list of recommendations, which you can either action yourself or you can have Valto support you with. We also offer full adoption packages, which basically means that we ensure that you get the best return on investment from adopting Microsoft Copilot. If this is of interest to you, you can use a contact link in the description below. But let's get back to those examples. So then we have Copilot suggested improvements. So basically what this means is that Copilot will understand your data and what you're trying to do. It will give you prompts about how you could improve the data that you have. In this case, it recognized that my data did not have a time duration or form submission field, and it suggested that I add this. This is really simple, and actually, you can do this in any data. This is not necessarily Microsoft Forms exclusively. This is actually a feature of Copilot inside of Excel. So you can see I can go into Excel, open up Copilot in the tab on the right-hand side, and then start asking it some specific questions. So you can see that it's I can say show a suggested formula for a column. So it's now suggested a formula that I could use, or I can actually choose for it to add it itself. So I can click on insert column, and now you can see it's calculated based on the start and the finish time, the duration that it took for somebody to actually submit that feedback form. So this is really useful for me because obviously I know if the duration is quite long, maybe I need to shorten it down a little bit, and maybe that could potentially help increase the amount of people that are submitting this as well. So I say that feels very useful to the feedback form, uh, as it helps me to understand how long it's taking people, and it's worthwhile looking at what other suggestions it has to potentially improve your data. And I've said this in other Copilot example videos on our YouTube channel, but treat Copilot like it's a colleague, like it's a virtual assistant. It's called Copilot because it is like, imagine if you're flying a plane as your job, you have somebody that's sat next to you as your Copilot, which is helping assist you, and it can come up with all sorts of great, fantastic ideas that you might not have come up with. So ask it its thoughts. Tell it to maybe take the role of somebody specific, like if it was um, Excel related, it might be that you're working with finances and you're working with data in that kind of way. So you could say, take the role of a finance director and give me some feedback on this data. What do you think of it? Or it could be in this scenario where we're doing employee surveys or project surveys. It might be that we ask the operations director, like a role of an operations director, to give us their feedback on it. So you can use this to tap into knowledge and ultimately refine the kind of data and the solutions and the systems that you're building. So finally, I just want to say, if you've enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications alert so that you'll get alerted by more Copilot videos that we're releasing. If you need any professional assistance in deploying or adopting Copilot, book your free consultation with us using the link in the description below.